Swing Trading Long Setup Rules. Step 1. Select your instruments. For long setups, we must check what instruments are in bullish phase 2 and phase 3, and also bearish phase 3 on the 10x phase scanner. For best results, we should check phases on the 4 hours or daily time frame. Once the data is loaded, just click on the instrument name and a new chart with ND10X template will be loaded right away. So if we look at this example over here, we have the Euro USD phase 1 bearish, so nothing, dollar Swiss franc phase 1 bullish, so nothing, pound dollar, nothing. The first pair we can pick would be the Aussie dollar phase 3 bearish, then the Kiwi dollar phase 3 bearish. After that we have the Kiwi yen phase 3 bullish, then the Swiss franc yen phase 3 bearish, Euro Aussie phase 3 bearish, and we have the dollar Singapore dollar phase 3 bullish. Step 2. Volatility checking. We must check the average daily move on the smart dashboard. The average daily move should be 50 or higher. So as you can see here on this example, the average daily move is 66. So that would be acceptable and we could proceed with the trade. Step 3. Building your game plan. Once you determine instruments for the current day, write them down in your 10x journal daily sheet. We are going to look for S1 and S2 for potential continuation plays on all the instruments where we are currently in the late phase 2 and early to mid phase 3. And for all pairs that are in a late bearish phase 3, we are going to watch for S3, so a reversal plays. For example, Euro dollar S1 or S2 long, dollar yen S3 long, and so on. This way, you are going to have a prepared plan for what you want to watch today and what direction you should trade in. Important, our 10x phase scanner will provide updates in real time, so you can add more pairs once you start trading. Step 4. Wait for signal alert. Once our signal indicator spots potential setups in the market, you will get a pop-up alert or notification. Check whether that was the alert you have been waiting on, and if that's so, you can move to the next step. Important. With the amount of signals that our indicators produce, we strongly suggest that you keep only pairs from your list open. Step 5. Confirmation. Once the 10x Smart Dashboard has found a setup, we are going to see it under ND10X Radar section, and we can move to confirmation. For each signal, we are going to have a slightly different confirmation option. S1 confirmation. There are a few ways to confirm the S1 signal, but the easiest and most useful way would be to use Fibonacci retracement tool. We are going to check how deep a pullback occurred compared to a previous trend move, and use the nearest lowest swing dot and draw to the highest swing dot. For S1 to be a valid setup, we should see a minimum 23.6% level reached and a maximum 78.6%. So if we look at this as our example, what we want to do would be to draw the Fibonacci by finding the swing high and the swing low. Just draw a Fib. In this case, we have tested 38.2% once the S1 signal appears, so this would be a valid signal. Like we said, minimum accepted would be 23.6%, maximum accepted 78.6%. And it doesn't matter where we end while we are in that range. As additional confirmation, we can use 10x stochastic RSI and 10x RSI indicators. Stochastic RSI should print red bars at the time of S1 signal alert. Optional, RSI can be used to confirm the end of the S1 formation. Place the vertical line at the nearest swing high point, then draw a trend line on the RSI from that high through the first lower high. A breakout will confirm the end of the S1 formation. So if we use our S1 signal, what we want to see would be the red bar on the stochastic RSI. That would be that bottom indicator on this chart. The next thing that we want to do would be to look for the RSI confirmation. And as you can see, We have a swing high. We are putting that vertical line. And from that high in the RSI, we are going to draw a simple trend line through the first lower high. And the breakout of that yellow line on the chart would be a sign that we are done with the S1 formation. S2 confirmation. The S2 signal dot does not require further confirmation, as everything will be aligned at the time of alert. All three indicators, 10x RSI, 10x MACD, and 10x stochastic RSI, are going to show bullish conditions at the time of the alert. As you can see here, we are always going to get that all three indicators showing that green, meaning the bullish condition. S3 confirmation. The S3 signal will take the RSI and MACD into account while searching for the signal. So the only thing we should check is the 10x stochastic RSI. We must see a minimum light red bar on stochastic RSI, or ideally a dark red bar to proceed to the next step. Important, in our testing, dark red bar on stochastic RSI showed a much better results, so try avoiding the minimum option at the early stages of your trading with ND10X. So over here, we got that S3 alert, and what we want to see would be a dark red bar. That would be a perfect condition, but keep in mind if you have that just light, it's still fine. It would just be, let's say, 80% confirmed for me. Like you see here, we have that light bar, so still fine, but it's just okay confirmation. Step 6. Enter the trade. Now that we have our confirmation, we can proceed down to the quick trade setup part on the 10x Smart Dashboard. First, select what signal you want to trade by choosing S1, S2, and S3. Click once and the button will change the color of the signal to yellow. So you can see this is the place where you want to change that S1, 2, and 3. Just click once and you will see that it's going to change the color to yellow. After that, click on the quick long button. So this is that green button. Important. Each signal type will have a different entry-exit point, and it's good to know the manual approach for placing your order for S1, S2, and S3. S1 long rules. After you click on quick long, you will get the trend line option selected. Draw the line from the nearest highest swing point through the first lower high. Once you are done, you will have stop and target lines available on the chart. Move the stop, so red line, to the low of the S1 candle and add a few pips like 3 to 5. Target 1, green dashed line, will be set automatically to give you 1 to 2 risk reward, and target 2, green solid line, will be set to 1 to 3 risk reward. The algo will enter a trade once a breakout occurs. Okay, now this is how everything looks. This yellow line on the chart represents our point that we draw after we click that quick long button. So that breakout would give us a potential entry point. Then we have the stop loss that we put at the low and give it a few pips. And our take profit 1 and 2 are set according to the rules automatically. So all you need to do here would be to draw a simple line from the high through the first lower high, and that's all. S2 long rules. For S2, once you click quick long, all lines will be placed automatically for you. The entry point will be the highest point of the last 5 candles before the S2 signal dot. Stop loss will be the lowest point of the last 5 candles plus 2 pips. Take profit 1 will be the inverse 1618 of the last 10 candles, and take profit 2 will be the inverse 2618 level. Only take trades where risk reward is better than 1 to 2. So over here, what we have is our entry line. We have our stop loss. We have take profit 1 and take profit 2. Now, if we zoom in over here, we can see the last 10 candles. So we are using the highest and the lowest point of that last 10 candles to get our targets. And we are using the highest and the lowest point of that 5 candles to place the stop and entry point. S3 long rules. Similar to S2, the S3 is going to set once you click on the quick long button. The entry point will be the close of the candle above the 21 EMA. The stop loss will be set to the lowest point of the last 10 candles at the time when we cross the 21 EMA plus 2 points. So we are going to add that low point of the last 10 candles, and we are going to add the 2 pips. They are just for a spread. Target 1, green dashed line, will be set automatically to give you a 1 to 2 risk reward, and target 2, green solid line, will be set to 1 to 3 risk reward. Important, stop and target levels will be adjusted automatically until we don't open a trade. This is the only time where you actually will never get that entry line. This is because we are using the 21 EMA, and that's going to change a lot, so we didn't want to add it there. You can manually add the 21 EMA on the chart if you want that, but I don't see it as a necessary tool. So what we are looking here would be EMA as our potential entry line. We don't have that fixed line like for take profit or the stop loss. Here we are using the EMA, and once price breaks above the EMA, we are going to look for the entry. For the stop loss, we are going to use the low of the last 10 candles. And for take profit 1 and take profit 2, we are always going to measure 1 to 2 and 1 to 3. Just because price of the EMA will change, we are always going to update this in real time. So by the time when you enter a trade, your stop and target levels will look slightly different, but don't worry, that's the part of the algo. We have stop, take profit 1 and take profit 2.